We have in our possession here another bike in a box from Wind One, or is it Windone? Punctuation matters. And I was actually quite surprised to get an email from Wind One requesting that I review this bike, because the last time they gave me something, it is the worst feeling ever. It didn't end well. Let's hope it's better this time. I will say right off the bat that this bike is a little different. It's more in my wheelhouse, so at least they have that going for them. But we don't know for sure until we can pull it out of the box and see for ourselves.
Or is it a wind done? Are you done winning? Or is this the first win? Let's see how this goes.
This bike is definitely more my speed, and what this is the Wind One RS5, their latest electric dirt bike. And I think it's safe to say it has all the usual refinements at this point, plus a little extra that I don't really see on some of the other equivalent bikes, but more on that later. Most importantly, this bike doesn't have pedals. Now this was the fatal flaw in the last bike that I tested from them, and it seems like they actually listened to me. Because when I checked their website, those quote-unquote e-bikes are long gone with just 2 different e-motos on offer. It's nice to be heard for once. So no better way to get into it than take it to the trails.
Now see, this is something I could get used to, sitting the way I am without having to pedal. It's magical. I don't know if I still have Wind One's past in my head or not, but this bike just sounds like it has a hub motor. Is that just me? It's probably just me, but it is a little louder than I would have expected. It really is surprising just how much noise a lot of these electric bikes can produce and how loud or how quiet they can be. Good time to get a speed test out of this. I was cruising down this road and it said it was going about 36 miles an hour or so, which I think is give or take the top speed, but let's see what that actually is and compare it to the GPS, see if it's lying or not. It's got a very gradual acceleration, very linear, very forgiving. And already 36 miles an hour, 36.8. Seems like it's just stuck there. Yeah, I'm fully pinned and 36.8 is all it's gonna show me. Oh no, I saw 37 there for a second. But was that actually 37 miles an hour? Drum roll please. 34 miles an hour. That's more than what I expected for a 48 volt bike. I guess we can go over the bike with a little bit of features in the round. Now this looks like it's a Yasma clone or a Valtinzu clone, but it's not. It's got the same kind of frame, but different styling, a different frame entirely. I know because these bars actually stick further down rather than the Yasma ones that kind of just go right here. No shroud as well, but just some integrated plastics. A little one here, big one here for the battery, some on the side. Has a lot of the stuff you'd expect from a 48 volt these days. It's got the 420 chain and sprocket set. It's got 3 speed modes. It's got brakes. It's got all the stuff that you would expect. It does have a little bit more though. It's got some features like a headlight, although some of those already come with headlights, but this one has something in addition to it. This has some street legal features, which is pretty nice. Not only does it have the headlight, but it's got a taillight in the rear too. It even has a little light at the bottom for a license plate. It has a license plate holder. This bike is just begging to be registered. It's also got turn signals and a horn. Tiny little horn. And while it had the buttons for the turn signals, I thought there's no turn signals anywhere because where would you find them? But they're integrated into the headlight and the taillight, so they just blink off to the side here. Same with the front right there. It also has hazards, so you could put both of them on at the same time using this button, although unfortunately this button is a little bit broken. It snapped off when I was installing everything, and when I went to put it back together it just did not fit up, so now it's completely locked up and I can't use it. But maybe I'll try later on to pry that thing open and actually show you what it does.
Some more stats for you. The RS5 is a 48 volt, 22.5 amp hour, has a mid-drive motor with 2200 watts, 3 speed modes, and a colorful display. I mean, black and white are colors, I suppose. But I can show you more of the display. It is pretty basic. You have your speedo in the middle. On the left is your battery indicator, and on the right is your speed mode. The odometer sits in the middle. It's safely in between the Yasma display and the Tudio display. Basic and not really colorful, but if you do toggle the M button, then you do get some different parameters that include the voltage, which I really appreciate. I rather rely on the voltage than this battery level indicator. Let's talk comfort and ergos. I'm 6 foot with a 34-inch inseam, so for me, legroom is a little bit hard to come by on these bikes, but with this one, it's actually not that bad. I feel pretty comfortable on this. Not only that, but the seat on this is surprisingly comfortable. There are far too few bikes in this category that actually have comfortable seats, but with this one, I could have been riding it all day.
So before we continue on, there's also another interesting safety feature that's on this bike that is very specific to this bike that I have not seen with any other bike, because it has a parking mode. And I know what you're thinking is that some of the other bikes like the Yasma do have that parking mode, but this one is just ever so slightly different. Those ones usually have a park, or basically a 0 speed, where when you turn it on, it's on level 0 and you can't go. And as you can see, I can't go either. And that confused me for a second, because I thought, okay, well, I just need to click the plus button a few times to get it out of 0, but if I hit the plus or the minus, nothing happens. It still says I'm in level 1. So this acts a lot more like a car, because what you have to do to get it out of this park mode is squeeze the brake. Now it has the brake flashing, and then this park changes to the miles an hour, and now when I let off, I can click from 1, 2, or 3, and then I can go. That's a really interesting way to go about it, and I actually don't hate it. I kind of love it, because one of the things that I noticed with people on electric bikes is that because it's so silent when it's just sitting there, it's really hard to tell whether it's actually on or not. And so if you accidentally touch the throttle while it's standing there, it could take off in front of you or fall over or hurt someone. In this case, if you turn it on and you walk away from it and come back and you accidentally hit the throttle, it's not going to do anything until you squeeze the brake, until you tell it that you're ready to go.
And this feature isn't just limited to when you turn on the bike. After you're riding for a while and then stop but leave the key on, then it's gonna time out after a minute and automatically put the bike in park. So if you're walking around the thing, you don't accidentally hit the throttle. How cool is that?
So performance-wise on this bike, it's pretty much what I would expect from any other given 48 volt, but there are a few things with this one that are just a little, Like the suspension is really good, but there's something with the throttle mapping that it just kind of hangs open a little bit too long. And it's almost like proportional to what you were doing just before you let off. And if you have it sustained, like fully pinned like this for a while, it feels like when you let off, it hangs even more. It's really weird. And then there's just the grips themselves. They're really, really plasticky, and because they're really plasticky, they're really slippery. Like so much so that they actually kind of don't really inspire confidence when you're wearing gloves. And especially if it gets really bumpy, because your hand's just going all over the place. Whoa, and just like that, you could accidentally pop the throttle.
This suffers in the same manner that we saw in the It seems like getting all those street legal friendly features comes with the cost of integrated grips, which means if you want to actually replace these grips for something that will grip, that means replacing almost all of the electronics. More than mildly annoying.
Because I would love to put some proper dirt bike grips on this thing, like some pillow tops, but to do that, unfortunately, that would mean replacing my throttle, replacing my horn button, my lights, my turn signal buttons, everything. And I hate to sound all doomy and gloomy, but when it comes to parts like that, it really just feels like these bikes are just disposable, and a lot of people have that kind of attitude to these cheap Chinese electric dirt bikes because the components on them, the parts are kind of one-time use and hard to find. And so if you want to actually upgrade or replace something, it's just replacing the entire bike, and I don't want it to be something disposable like that. I want to be able to put nicer parts on things without having to replace everything around it.
Sorry for the rant, but I guess that's what you have to expect for bikes as cheap as these are. This is only 1,100 bucks.
But price-wise with this bike and the competition, this is actually a pretty good deal, because while it's the same price as all the equivalent 48 volts in the category, more or less, this comes with a lot more. It does come with the stuff that's ready and raring to go for street legalization, registration, what have you. It comes with not just a light, it's got the taillight, it's got the brake light, it's got the turn signals. I mean, it does come at the cost of grips, but maybe you just need grippier gloves, some goalie gloves, you know? And you'll never be able to lift your hands off of these handlebars. Also, when it comes to range, I'm not doing a full range test right now, but I'm almost at 10 miles, and the battery is showing that I still have over 50%, which is really promising for a 48 volt. That's pretty good for a 60 volt even. Excuse me. So thanks Wind One for trusting me again to review one of your bikes, whether you did so willingly or not. And also thank you for providing a product that's actually good and worth reviewing, something that's got a little bit of the extras that you don't see on the competition, and something that most importantly doesn't rely on pedal power.
Can't forget to mention that if you're interested in the Windone RS5, then make sure to take a look at the link in the description below.